Hi everyone, this is Diane Mireles with Visions Traditions Realty, coming to you from my office. I'm in a little different spot today. Thought I'd show off the office a little bit more, but wanted to tell you good morning, and it's a great day. Looking forward to talking to you today about millennials, which is a big deal. Everybody's constantly talking about millennials. But I do have a little tidbit of gossip for you, and that is Tillman Fertitta, a Houston native and a very, very good businessman, apparently just bought 4 million shares of Caesars. So it's not a big, even though it sounds like a lot, it's not that big of a chunk, but who knows, maybe down the road he'll be wanting to merge the Golden Nugget with it. But the man really is an awesome businessman and certainly has done a good job here in the Houston area and Galveston and Seabrook and Kemah with all the improvements that he's made. So keep an eye out for him and see what happens. So today, I want to go ahead and say hello. Hi, David, how are you? And I forgot, I want to go ahead and mention Cultivate, our favorite caterer, and our local Paula Dean, as we like to call her, because she is such a good hometown cook. So anyhow, millennials. Everybody seems to talk about millennials. They seem to be nervous about them, a little afraid of them. There's a lot of myths about them. I think they get a bad rap, which is really kind of disappointing. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, because when selling houses, we have to appeal to the generation, or we have to appeal to the buyer that's out there. And this is going to be our new buyer. And right now, millennials are at about 75 million in the nation. And so they are a chunk that we're going to be dealing with, and they are the upcoming generation, or the now generation, with buying houses. People say that the millennials are not financial savvy, and that's not true. They really and truly are. It's with the technology enhanced work environment, financial institutions are adjusting their economies to the millennials and to these changes. And millennials are truly diligent about learning what they need to in order to make an investment. Another thing people say is that millennials cannot afford a down payment. Well, okay, so I want to say in the past few years, we've seen the market turn to where it seems that people are cash poor. They've got investments, but they're cash poor, and because they've invested their money and with the interest rate so low. So one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that when buying a home, lenders have a lot of programs out there with low down payments, 3.5% or 5%. You don't necessarily have to come up with 10% or 20% to put down on a home when you're living in it. When it's going to be a investment property, yes, then you have to come up with more money. The one thing also with the down payments, and what I'm seeing a lot of, is when agents are writing contracts, the buyer, or we can say the millennial, the buyer is asking for the seller to pay up to 6% of their closing costs. Now, with that being said, that's nothing to stress out over, because typically the offer on the house will reflect that 6%. So yes, you're being asked to pay that, but remember that the millennials, these buyers, they do have good credit. They wouldn't be there, they wouldn't be making you an offer if they couldn't purchase. Look at their pre-approval letter, and it's just that they're probably cash poor. Or it could be too that they just want to hang on to their cash, that they've got some good investments coming up, because they are quite savvy. The next thing, okay, here's a little tidbit I thought you'd get a kick out of, at least I did, that 53% of millennials would rather have a home than a tattoo. I thought that was kind of comical, because here lately I'm seeing where it seems like everybody's got a tattoo, but that's a little tidbit fact for you. I'm sure you found as tickling as I did. Also, another thing that people think about is that millennials want to gravitate to the cities, and that's not necessarily true. Millennials are buying in the suburbs. The millennials like amenities. They want to be close to amenities, or yes, they do like to be within walking distance of amenities because they are very eco-friendly. And but suburbs is not out of the question. So we've got city and we've got suburbs. Now, a couple of tips when selling to millennials. One would be, you really want to have your house move-in ready. Millennials now seem to be moving far more than what baby boomers did. They seem to be changing jobs quite a bit more, or not necessarily changing jobs, transferring within corporations, making moves, relocation. And so they really don't have time to do repairs or come in and knock down walls or do whatever. So get your house in move-in condition, and that's going to definitely attract their attention a little bit more. Another thing is the sociable. Millennials seem to like being sociable. They like to mix and mingle. So they seem to be drawn towards houses that have open spaces, that have large family rooms, or the rooms where the kitchen and the family room is combined, and you have maybe just a counter that separates the two. They enjoy entertaining. They just enjoy the company. They just enjoy the mixing and mingling, and they like those open floor concepts. The other thing, another tidbit is, and I know that this probably sounds crazy, but be sure your house has Wi-Fi. I know that there's some houses out here. They just enjoy mixing and mingling, and they like those open floor concepts. Oh, we're getting some feedback here. That's okay. Sorry about that. So on the Wi-Fi, be sure that your house has Wi-Fi. Be sure that you've got a good signal. Do what you can, go in there and even get a booster if you have to. And I looked at a house the other day, and it was really interesting because they have a security system that they're actually taking with them, and I hadn't seen this before. So it actually just kind of attaches a little bit to the wall, and you can remove the sensors from the windows. You can remove it from the door. So little things like that, you want to go ahead and bring to their attention that you may be taking it with you when you move, but you certainly want to let them know that it's a possibility to install a system like that. The other thing, another tidbit is the transaction doing with technology. Millennials love technology. Well, I say they love it. I know a couple that aren't really thrilled with it, but they use it, and they're very proficient with it. So you want to be sure that when you put your house on the market, that your agent has your house on the internet, that you've got good pictures out there. You want to be sure that the agent is very tech savvy, and that your agent can handle the transaction through the internet and on the computer and on the go. I mean, we do here, our agents do a lot just from our cell phones. We can write a contract from our cell phone if we have to, and send it off and negotiate, and that's just a part of it, because we want instantaneous answers. We want to go ahead and get the deal done. Millennials don't have time to waste. They want to get in there and do it and start planning. They're very, very much on the go. Another thing is the install eco-friendly, I can't even say it anymore, eco-friendly features. They are kind of, I want to say green, and so you want to, if you have energy efficient features in your house now and you're putting it on the market, make note of that. Jot that down on a piece of paper so that they know that you've got that. And even if it's if you want to make an upgrade to add extra insulation to your attic space for your electric bill, your heating or your cooling bills, let them know that you've done this. I had one millennial that I got so tickled. She built a house, and I don't know if everybody knows this or not, But in most new homes, yes, they put the insulation in the exterior walls and they put the insulation in the attic. But typically, you're not going to get insulation in the interior walls. So on your interior walls, that like the wall between your bathroom and your bedroom typically is not going to have insulation in it unless you ask for it and purchase it. That would be considered an upgrade. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I mean, even if you're thinking about staying in your house for a while, before you want to put it on the market for a millennial, a good upgrade would be to have somebody blow in some extra insulation for you. One of the other things that they seem to like is the bamboo flooring. Now, bamboo flooring is eco-friendly. It is very, very pretty, and I think it's really cost-effective. Another thing is the integrated lifestyle. Millennials, like I was saying before, they like amenities. They want to be close to things. So if your home is in the city and within walking distance of restaurants or baseball fields or whatever, you want to play on that. You want to let them know that. And then if your house is in the suburbs and you've got a school bus stop right outside your corner, you want to let them know. Or if you're just 2 minutes from the grocery store, you want to bring attention to that, to let them know that there are restaurants close by, that they are in the suburbs, but it's almost city living, that they're 15, 20 minutes away from a great museum, a great ballpark, something like that. As we move on, another interesting fact is that millennials, they like transparency. Transparency became kind of a buzzword a couple of years ago, but it's true. It's absolutely the truth. And millennials like the transparency part of the transaction. Be upfront with them. Be honest with them. Give them facts. There is no reason to beat around the bush, and just tell it to them like it is. Just put it out there. They can take it. And again, this is all very instantaneous. They're on the go. They want to move. They don't have time to play around. Just give them the facts. And that's pretty much what I have for today. And I hope that you enjoyed this segment. Just remember that if you want to do a real estate transaction, give us a call over here at Visions and Traditions Realty. I've got a great group of agents and with a lot of good experience, and we're all about you. And when you list a home with us, we will send out a professional photographer, and we will send out a stager for an hour to help you get that place set up and make you feel good about putting your house on the market. Also, just want to tell you real quick, smile. It'll make you feel good, and it'll just improve your whole day and somebody else's day. Thanks so much. It was great seeing you, great talking to you, and I look forward to next week. And hey guys, if you have any ideas or any questions about anything or any subjects that you want to discuss, send me a message. I'm open. I love talking about anything real estate, and I love researching things. So send it to me. I'll look forward to it, and have a great day and a great week. Enjoy.